Hello friends, in this video you will see Blackeye remote sensing device. I want to show your ability to discriminate. Gold, silver, steel, like copper and bronze. How can metal objects be detected by selecting ID values? And when an ID value is selected to be detected, I will show the detection process of the selected object only, where metals other than the matched object are not detected. The metal object to be detected must be in contact with the ground. A metal object in contact with the ground. 10 minutes after I did it. Blackeye is beginning to be detected with the remote sensing device. In the air, found. Objects not in contact with soil. No reaction. If in contact with soil after 10 minutes, is beginning to be detected. Identifies new metal objects by selecting them with ID numbers. Single remote sensing model. It is realized with Blackeye and our evolution model, which has the same working system. Moving forward. You cannot perform this detection with other remote sensing devices of different brands. You won't make it. How is he reacting now? I will show you this. We're going to test. The metal objects whose reaction I will show with ID numbers are steel, copper coin, bronze toe, silver, $1. Last time, I will identify metal object, gold. Ben size I will show the ID numbers that I will identify in order. Now there is a situation like this in nature. All materials, Blackeye and evolution. Remote detection. Devices with is determined by matching. If there is a broken piece of a sarcophagus, the broken piece with Blackeye and evolution remote sensing devices is that you can specify the ID number that you will detect instantaneously. And here, of course, is the new objects, is the success of the response. Since you cannot achieve this with other remote sensing devices, unfortunately, you do not have the chance to try such a method. Try it with any device you want. You will get no reaction. You will see this with your own eyes. This is a method of operation unique to Blackeye and evolution remote sensing devices. The first gold I will detect. ID number is 98. I'm going to pass about half a meter to the right and towards the object. I want you to see the reaction of the antennas. Pay attention to my hand. He's given the direction. I pass the gold. I'm going over silver. I'm going over bronze. I'm going through copper. And lastly, I went through the steel object. I especially try not to shake my hand at all. Let there be no misunderstanding. Now, so that you can understand it better, so that it doesn't move in any way, I'll move with both hands. I passed over the steel object. I passed over the copper object. I passed over the bronze object. I passed over the silver object. Gold object reaction. The wind came from the tessar and the reaction movement was different. On my first pass, the wind comes from behind and causes the antenna to rotate. And he was trying to prevent it, and he was resisting. For this reason, the turn was a bit weak, but now the wind is coming from the opposite direction, a little bit stronger. I'm going to run a silver artifact test. Silver detection ID is 92. I passed the gold. Silver detected. He's out. Moving on. Bronze passed, copper passed. At last. Steel. The object has been passed. Right now, the wind that would prevent the test video from being shot. These antennas can rotate erroneously, but only the rotational motion on the detected object you can see. For example, steel is located here. It is making progress like bronze and copper in that order. I'm moving forward again. The wind is very high. Steel passed, copper passed. Bronze passed. Silver object passed. He turned and resisted the wind and let go. And finally, gold has been passed. Silver detection has now taken place. I'll make the bronze identification. Bronze 80. 2. Detection will take place with the ID value. I went over gold. I went over the silver. Bronze reacted. He let go. I went over the copper. I went over steel. Yes, there's a very strong wind line here. I'm turning again. I'm going through. I went over steel. I went over copper. The bronze reaction took place. It's resisting the wind and letting go. Gold. I went over it. Now, I will perform the copper test detection with 78 ID values. I'm moving forward. I'm speeding up the process a little bit. So it doesn't take too long. I went over silver. I went over bronze. There was a copper reaction. Last time I went over steel. I'm coming again. I went over steel. Reacting, he's quitting. I went over bronze. I went over the silver. And finally I went through gold. The last test object is steel. I'm going to perform the detection with an ID value of 24. This is what I am trying to express here. When a specific ID number is selected, no reaction takes place on other metal objects. I went over gold. I went over the silver. I'm going over the bronze. I went over copper. On the steel object, detection is taking place. I'm shutting it down. The Blackeye and Evolution remote sensing devices are designed to detect. After determining the ID number of the metal or mine by matching method, the signal with the same ID value is sent to the ground with the transmitter unit. If it is sent, after 10 minutes the reaction process starts to take place on the objects in the soil. After waiting for 35 to 40 minutes, the receiving unit has given reaction if it's not really a desirable metal. After 35 to 40 minutes, the reactions on the detected metal will cease. The device does this. The detected, if it is an unwanted metal, it eliminates it, and the receiving unit no longer reacts to the detected object. Thanks to the transmitter unit, the device's metal discrimination success rate is 90%. If there is a buried object matching the ID number in the area you scan with this device, it can be detected. Fictitious signals such as minerals are not detected with this device. The metal with the ID value selected is detected, and no other objects are detected. This device can be used by selecting an ID value of 80 to 90%. With the right discrimination, a detection can take place. You can find the material you are looking for by discriminating by ID number. This discrimination must be used in conjunction with the transmitter unit to ensure successful detection. With this device, you will be able to find the object buried with ID number in the area you are looking for. You can provide. I hope to see you again and have a good day.